Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So today is June the 9th, 2021. So this is CSI implementation meeting. Today we want to cover like 3 parts. The first one, we have announcement related to CSI release cut. And second, we'll go over the project board to discuss all the PRs that need some attention. And the last one, add item, like I think Patrick bring up the question. This is kind of this type of issue always there, like the review turnaround time, right? How to improve this review process and reduce, just give everyone a chance to see their opinion, how we can improve this process. The first one, I think most of you may already see SAT in the middle of the night cut this CSS spec. This is should be the RC cut for 1.5, and you can vote for this spec. And I have seen a number of people already vote. Yeah, so if you have any opinion, so please post it there. Any questions for this? The deadline to vote is, I think, 3 days after today. Okay, then we can move on. Sorry, this is another. Move on to the project board. Oops. Let me. So is Patrick joined the meeting already?
I don't see him.
Okay, so the first one again related to CSI host pass test. I think Jing, you're also aware of this, right? I see your comments.
I think I merged something. I don't know if there was anything pending.
Yes. So I think at first they disable this health check, right?
Right.
And then he
Okay.
enable it.
Right. So do we get any new test results after enabling?
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, he's enabled again. He still has the problem.
Yeah, it still has problem.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe we need to go ahead and make that change in the external health monitor because let's see. Is this because we are adding too much load? I think that's what he said.
Right. He mentioned the scalability problem.
Okay. That's just, yeah. So I was suggesting that because we do have to watch the node and the pods for one particular component that is the node watcher. But that is actually disabled by default. So we are not even using that, but we are also watching all of those. So I was thinking that we should just, if it's not enabled, we should not be watching nodes and pods. Then that means we are only watching PVCs. That will be better, I think. If he think that's the problem, because that was what he was saying. So disabling this, then we are getting better. Do we see results after disabling this again?
This is just merged 17 hours ago.
Oh, don't know yet. Okay.
So I'm not sure the test result yet.
Yeah, so I think we could, so maybe just keep this one disabled for now. Finish that others, and then I will find someone to work on that. We need to make a change.
Right.
The house controller.
Yeah, this watch, like kind of scalability issue. I remember Chris also addressed. Chris, do you remember like where you addressed this watch issue? Because for each like pod or volume, they open up a new watch. So that will definitely cause issue. And then Chris make improvement
Oh,
to
that we
use.
don't, this is
That
just
was
one.
for volume attachments.
That's different, I think. Yeah, this is just,
Uh,
this is in the house controller itself. And then we basically have an informer. We're not like opening, it's just one, it's not using a watch. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
informer. It's like one informer for pod one, but it's for all pod and all nodes.
I see.
Yeah.
Then it should.
So if we disable that, because if we are not really testing that component, that's disabled by default. So if we don't watch those, if we are only watching PVs, then that should be fine. So
Okay.
that's something we can do next, but I mean, that won't happen right away.
Okay.
I'm looking for someone to work on that.
Okay.
If we think that would help, actually it would be good if Patrick's here. I don't know if he has other suggestions. I don't see he didn't say anything other than saying this comes back again. So I just want to see if he has other suggestions. You know, in addition to what I said, we could do that. Is there anything else you think that could be causing this? Or so I think if we don't do that, then that will be solving the problem because we do need to watch PVCs. That's what that is for. Otherwise, then we just can't test that feature.
The attacher, like I'm seeing like locally actually when I'm running test, I'm seeing timeout in external attacher by listing volumes.
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
I'm seeing
Attacher?
the no. It's a different thing, and I'm wondering if this is related. Like I'm seeing a listing volume attachment. What Chris was talking about. I'm seeing timeouts.
Oh, okay. But I think this one. Did we run into this one here too? I don't remember seeing that one. Jing, did you see? I think he was talking about the house monitor.
Yeah.
But that's different, right?
Yeah, it's just in general, like this kind of, I think scalability issue might happen in multiple components, I think. So maybe we should like investigate and see where like the root cause and how we can.
So Herman, so what is the issue with that? It's the attachment that we're watching attachment?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of errors like failed to reconcile volume attachments, list volumes, deadline exceeded.
List volume, is that because of the CSI driver side did not come back? What time? CSI call, isn't it? What is timeout?
So even after Chris fix, like Chris has a fix in CSI attacher.
Oh, I haven't looked into that.
That changes in version 121 on, and so are you using that kind of that cluster version?
So is that's the changes in tree? This is not on the sidecar side?
No, that it's just the volume attachment logic that's specific to CSI.
Okay.
I'll check it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So we can sync up offline.
Pull request here if anyone wants to see.
Yeah, please. So you can post it the doc here. Chris, I just asked Chris. You can post somewhere in the doc, or yeah, so everyone can see.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, if he's talking about if Patrick's saying okay, he just by enabling and disabling this house monitor controller, he sees the big difference, then probably just at least need to fix this part at least. So yeah, so I'm thinking that if we don't watch pods and nodes, then then we should not have this problem because we do have to watch PVCs. Otherwise, we just completely disable this.
Sure. So let's follow up on this with Patrick. And let's move on to the next item. Force detach. I think this not in the current RC cut. So
yeah, I think this one will have to wait because there are still some comments that are not addressed yet. I think James want to look at it from the Kubernetes, from the cap side. Basically, I know he has some big question. I actually I need to get back to him. I actually there were some other people also have some questions, so I need to go over those. Yeah, so I haven't addressed all his questions.
Right.
So I think it's not yeah, won't be happening. That we are already missing the. I don't think we can make this cut for the CSI spec. Because he doesn't like looks like he does not like that approach at all. He was suggesting something completely different, having a completely different RPC, which I think it's pretty weird. I like to use the existing one. Why we have to have a different one? I'm actually not why the different one is better. I don't know. And also he was, I think he had some questions about like our cleanup logic when the quarantine node comes back. He was saying, oh, if this is like a physical host, you actually have to go go pull the cable. I said, how are we going to pull the cable here? So yeah, I think some of those things like you have to really go shut down the machine, that I don't think that we should do that. So I just need to I need to think more. I don't think we should do that.
I think in AWS, for example, if you force detach a disk from AWS, and not with the newer NVMe disk, but the SDA disk, if you force detach them, then what happens? The mount table on the node gets corrupt actually, and until you reboot the node, all further attaches on that node will be like, even other volumes will not attach. They will get stuck in attaching state. So AWS recommendation is actually to reboot the node once you perform a force.
You actually remove. Oh, you actually ask you to actually reboot. Okay, so if that's the case, then okay, then that would not work if we just, because we are, you know, from our side, we can just you know, clean up the mount points in just like on stage, unpublished, right? We can only do that. So you're saying actually that's not enough because you could actually cause the. Okay, Herman, do they have any document on this? You said actually they have some recommendation.
Yeah, there's a force AWS force detach. If you see the logic, they recommended that if you force detach, you should yeah, troubleshooting.
But I mean, but the force detach, that means they are not doing anything to clean it up, right? They didn't do any. I think it's a little different because in our case, right? Because in our case, is like one node is done. You actually want this workload to move to another node. Okay. So if you don't delete those volume attachment, then it's not possible for this to move anyway, right?
Yeah, but then that node cannot, like, once you force
cannot come up. You're saying you can't let all node come up.
Yeah, it can only
ever.
come up
if you not ever. We shouldn't.
No, it can come up after a reboot.
Reboot, okay. If that's the case, maybe we just say, maybe we just leave that one manual, because so this step was not there earlier, but then we thought maybe we could make this automatic. So we add this cleanup before it's coming back. Yeah.
So yeah, they're like different system or different storage provider might have different behavior.
Yeah, this is actually not really for everybody. So I think this is actually only for cloud providers, I believe. So you actually really have to opt in for this.
So
okay.
I think
I'll take a look.
Yeah, we can gather some like feedback information, and maybe I think have a meeting to discuss.
Yeah, we definitely need to have a separate call on this. So we probably need to collect something and see. I think this one was meant to address like it's like a smaller scope. It's definitely not for everybody, the solution. That's why we have this, you know, the driver have to opt in, right? Driver says, I don't want this at all, then it's not like for anybody, you can just set that flag to true, you can do it. So definitely we need to have some big warning. Yeah.
But if possible, right, we want to kind of have a general approach if possible.
Right, yeah. But I actually probably not possible, but we can definitely, we need to at least write down what is the problem. I think that was the intent, but it was actually not clearly stated in the in the cab. I think this is more for more smaller set of sources who can actually be sure this is, they can be sure to allow this to happen.
Right.
But I think, yeah, I need to take a look over this, just this force detach problem and see if there is yeah,
Sure.
I think this is definitely a complicated problem. I mean, we don't want to rush it, right? So, but at least now we got a lot of comments. It's been stale for quite some time.
It got people's attention. That's a good thing. So that means it's very useful. And we can follow up on this. I think Jing will continue to address some comments, and maybe we can set up a separate call to discuss. Whoever interested in this, so can help to, yeah. So the next one, read write once pod access mode. Chris, you have some update for that?
Yeah. So yesterday I spent some time updating the validation logic for persistent volumes and persistent volume claims, just to make sure that we can update ones that are using the access mode, even if the feature gate is disabled, just to maintain like backwards compatibility when we have one version that, well, never mind. Anyway, I think people understand the use case. The other thing is updated the release candidate, or updated the CSI spec release to the release candidate version that SOD cut, just to make sure that everything is working. And before pushing updates this morning, everything was passing. So I think this is good for review. I assigned Jan, and if anyone else would like to be assigned a review on the pull request, please let me know.
So could you post a link?
Oh yeah, sure.
So yeah. So you mentioned you update the CSI spec, or?
Yeah, I was previously pointing at a fork of the CSI spec to make sure that the access modes work, but I updated it to the release candidate, and then I'll update it again on Friday or Saturday.
Okay. Good. So just post the link so people can help review.
Will do. Yeah.
And the volume populator. Any update for that?
Ben is not here today.
Oh, okay. So this also has some CSI spec change. Is also merged?
No, this one does not have CSI spec change. It's all entry change. He has a PR entry.
Okay. So for Windows GA, yes, all the API changes are merged. There's just one small item. I'm making a change related to the parameters passed in, and so I think we'll have a meeting with Deep, and hopefully today, tomorrow, that he could help to make a RC cut, and we'll wait for, let's say, about a week or more, so the drivers which using the CSI proxy can test it. And yeah, that's the update. And the rest of number of PRs, maybe I need to maybe put it just in one item. So related to, it's not specific for CSI actually. It's mostly related to the uncertain state, and command mostly reviewing it. I also trying to take a look. So anything special, Hemant, you want to just mention here, or?
No, I think Jan is there. Jan is there in the call.
Right.
Yeah, Jan is there. Jan, you want to say anything? I think the test and everything, I have tested it manually also, and the cluster seems to work well. So yeah.
Great.
We can
Yeah.
merge. I know I have two other uncertain state PRs from you, Jing. The one about the expansion, and I'm really sorry for not taking it look sooner. I just dug it through today, and I will take a look today.
No problem. So they are all maybe I also need to make changes. It's kind of a while back, so
Okay.
Jan's also making changes. So we need to check together whether we have some related changes or not.
Sure. Thank you very much for all your reviews.
Yeah, and thank Yang for making this change and Hemant's review a lot. And so that's all for the project board. Anything else we want to cover? Great. Then this relate to like a review process. Anyone have some comments or have some suggestions? How to?
So, well, yeah, Patrick came to be here. So, but yeah, I think I mentioned that on the Slack. I was actually thinking we probably need to assign like a 1 or 2 owner for each CSI repo. So because we have so many, and then this and the owner will be regularly maybe scroll through. Of course, all the reviewers, of course, still should go ahead and go review, right? Because you know you got automatically assigned. But other than that, I'm thinking the owner should just regularly check to see if there's anything outstanding, and either review him or herself or find somebody to do it. That's what I'm thinking. And then we could also like use this meeting, use half an hour to go through some of the repos. We have a lot of repos, but we can go through it and see anything. Well, I think each repo probably will have some PRs, and we can see how much we can do just to see if the PR has anybody, if anyone is reviewing it, and maybe we can also go over that in this meeting, spend some time to, or at least if we know there's someone is assigned to review something.
So yeah,
like a triad.
Right. Sorry. I think I like the ideas. So, but so here, for example, anyone have some other ideas or suggestions? And anyone want to kind of have volunteer about ownership of repos?
The one more idea that is kind of our aliases that exist in the Kubernetes organization, like SIG storage, bug, or SIG storage API reviews. Those aliases updated? I think they are old. I see. Like, I don't know if it helps.
Oh, sorry. What's old?
There are aliases or teams that exist in Kubernetes organization.
So we have our own aliases for CSI repo. That is different. I don't know if it's because we cannot, maybe it's different org cannot use them. So we actually created different alias. Last time Patrick made that change after our previous call.
That is like that is that is alias that we maintain in the YAML, and I'm talking about like GitHub teams, so that like in Kubernetes you can see like
I know what I was saying. I think that one is likely outdated because I think has been there for a long time, right? So we probably should go through those aliases and clean them up. I don't even know where they are. So having a hard time finding them. Yeah, we have several aliases.
But I find the sorry.
I think I recently only updated the SIG storage like reviewer that list, but I think I know we have other lists, right? Bugs or something, yeah. Those
it
probably need to be updated.
It helps to have that updated because that case like we don't have to ping as such. Like the bot assigns them, but the bot assigns so many PRs to people.
Yeah, but I think the Patrick's point is even those get assigned, you still did not go review them. I think that was he was.
Patrick was saying, okay. So his comment was more about like Kubernetes CSI.
Yeah. But we do,
Okay.
yeah, I know we also have a problem there, right? Because I think Kubernetes, they also have a lot of bugs there as well. Yeah, that's another issue. Yeah, but this is a Kubernetes CSI meeting.
This
particular meeting.
I
But,
also have to admit, I have kind of adapt like lots of PR reviews. I haven't have a chance to go through. So
yeah, I think for me the review board is helpful because the GitHub notifications is not helpful because I have too many. So again, it's impossible to go over hundreds of them. Yeah, so for me, I just look at the PR board, then I just go through them. Good.
Yeah, so we all have to just take some extra time to go through this review process to help to improve, and also maybe encourage. Here I only have limited number of people, and there are maybe a lot of requests, and encourage people to contribute and help.
Yeah, but actually, at least like the problem that Patrick was complaining, we actually recently already expanded the review list, right? I think he's complaining he expanded the list. He still did not see it. So he was asking for the expectation of how long is he supposed to wait before he go back people.
So
he probably waited for a few days, I think.
Yeah, the expectation.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Do we expect people to look at it within a couple of days, within a week, or like how long is too long? Like when should we go pin people? Because everyone's busy, right? Everyone has a lot of bugs assigned. So I guess that's one of his questions. Like, how long should he wait before bugging people? Should we wait for a week, a couple of days?
So what's everyone's expectation? I think it depends on how urgent your like PR.
Yeah, I think so. Depending on depending on the if there's a deadline, and then also like how big is the change, right? So the quick change people can probably get it done quickly, but if it's a long one and takes a long time, and people probably will say, okay, wait, I will put this on hold, and then until I find some time reserved for this, right? So I think it probably depends.
Right. Right now, with the priority, right, we don't have many levels. It's just like important soon. What else, like long term or
do
something?
we even so there was that. Yeah, I don't think we even applied that on the CSI repos. Kubernetes CSI, I don't remember we are applying those. Yeah, we could actually also apply those. Then maybe people can filter out by that.
So maybe in the like.
So if you, let's say if you have a PR, you want people to review quickly or something, it's important that you apply that label, right? There are a few labels, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking not only label, you put something very obvious in your title of your PR. So
attention, review quick.
Yeah, draw your attention.
Urgent. It's burning.
Yeah, another way is maybe to like if you need to get a review urgently, just talk about it in the CSI meeting, ask for a reviewer. That way we can load balance not just across people who are actively checking the repos for these priority labels, but everyone in the meeting.
Yeah, I think sometimes actually he does put his PRs here. Like PRs need attention. Yeah, I think we should probably still have like some time just to go through them, right? Like at least I'm thinking maybe at least once a week, maybe either maybe Wednesday, kind of in the middle of the week, maybe use half an hour at least, go through them and see what are there anything that we forgot to review or something like that. Right, so maybe we can go through this quickly, right? So actually, we don't have a lot in each. Just we have too many repos. We just have to go through like 10 of them. I don't know. I don't even remember how many. At least 10,
Okay.
I think.
Right. So as you mentioned, if someone volunteer, right, to kind of have this ownership, to check, and also in the meeting, right, the person can quickly help to point out which one need attention.
Yeah,
And
I think that that would be that would help. Yeah.
Right. So I think by quickly check, for example, this is very old.
Yeah, no, this one is actually has to do with Humble. So Chen, you actually
Yeah.
Question for you. Are you actually working on this one?
I am not at the moment. So let me. I'm gonna ping Humble as soon as I can.
He's actually back. He's actually active now.
Right. So I think he actually rebased the PR, or he said he was going to. I'm not sure if he did.
Okay.
But yeah, I can see if. Do you know if he'll be willing to take on this? If not, I can give him a ping.
Yeah, you can ping him. I think he seems to be looking for work because he.
Oh, okay.
He just he came back to. There was one PR that he was working on a long time ago in the snapshotter. He just started working on that again. So maybe he will have time to work on this one again.
Okay, cool.
Very likely, I think.
So just as example, I quickly noticed this one. Maybe it's also important to review, which is several months ago by our GKE team member, Saket.
Oh.
So I will try to take a look, or maybe
is that because he moved to a different team? Is that the reason? Was it him or somebody else? There was somebody in your team also moved to a different team.
No. He's still in the GKE team.
Oh, then he was for somebody else. Okay, sorry.
So yeah, Herman, do you remember this PR?
Yeah, I remember. So this had a blocker sort of issue actually. Where, we are trying to fix, and it was needed some refactoring in the entry code, and then this can work. Wait a second.
I just use this as an example, right? This one needs some maybe attention. So let's.
But it's not attention from reviewer. It needs
really
a design actually.
It's attention for the author, or
yeah, exactly. From the
then let's put it in the.
And maybe you can ping him then, Jing.
Right, I can ping. I forgot what's the details, so I need to go through. And Herman, if you have some comments, you can let me know or put it in the comments.
Yeah, it's there. The last March 3rd comment and bunch of other comments.
Okay, sure. I'll ping him to continue to take a look.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just it's not a thing we can solve completely.
It's not easy to fix actually. This one is.
Okay.
This one is kind of very
tricky.
Difficult issue.
Sure. So overall, I think we just want to make some, everyone need to make a little bit extra effort to make this more responsive, right? The review, so we can speed up, and we can use this meeting to quickly go over something, and whoever has time, right, can lead that and point out the important issue need attention. I think just maybe extra 10 minutes would be kind of help a lot.
So for example, for every release, I mean, before we cut release, right, we actually assign that, the job of cutting the release to somebody, right? So we will actually go through all the repos. We have a checklist. So maybe we could just, go over that in this meeting.
Sure. So I don't know the every repos release timeline.
No, I'm not. I'm just using that as an example. I'm saying every time when we do release, we kind of assign. For example, right, I will be cutting release for snapshotter, so I will talking about what are the issue, what is remaining, right? So maybe similarly, we could do something like that. That every repo has an owner. You just check with the owner. are there any PRs that need attention or something like that, right? Just to use the similar way of tracking. That's what I mean, not thinking about a particular release. So we probably should do this like in at least once a week in our stand-up meetings, just to go through each repo and ask the repo owner, are there any PRs that needs attention?
So how many repo we have? I just
That's
want
the
to
thing. I have a lot. We have if you count all of them, maybe 10. I don't know. We have a lot under Kubernetes CSI. Yeah.
So later I will post the list. So let's see.
But some of those are deprecated, right? So we only need to go through. So I put this one. You can look at this. You can check how many repos we have. Yeah. But some of those are deprecated, and we don't have to worry about it, right? But some of those are probably like nobody's watching. Again, I guess maybe those are the problems.
Okay.
Like for example, just take one, maybe like the liveliness probe. I don't know if anyone is watching that repo, so I'm not, so I don't know. But that one also does not have a lot of traffic either. So I'm just saying some of those repos, like for example, like provisioner, attacher, snapshotter, we all, people usually watching those, right? But there are some other ones that maybe people are not really watching. Have a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go through that, just under Kubernetes-CSI, you'll see how many repos we have. So I think we have, okay, it says 25. But some of those are deprecated and some are docs. So, but still definitely more than 10.
I generally try and review the external resizer PRs in time.
Yeah, so some of those have very obvious ownership, right? So resizer, that's Hamon. You can actually, maybe I just put a name there, right? You can put my name next to snapshotter and also the voting house, that's also under my name. So that I periodically check.
It's called health, and then
that's
you can update it.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what that is.
We don't need to fill in this right now, but whoever think a little bit, and if you want to take a kind of a leadership on those,
you can sign me up for the attacher.
Oh, great!
But I think Patrick's problem is with the provisioner and the CSI drivers, like the host path and mock. Like they don't have a clear owner, and there is not much interest in their reviewing.
Sorry, Yang.
J-A-N.
J-A-N.
I forgot how to say his name now.
Sorry. I kind of confused by the pronunciation. What else?
There's one that's a CSI host path. Yeah, and then there's also a CSI test. There's also like a node driver registrar.
Oh, there is not much traffic in node driver registrar.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we just identify those we think that we are having problems. Let's see what else. There is a few others that also maybe not much traffic. Like there's a CSI driver SMB. I think it's probably Andy is probably watching that one. Anyway.
Yeah, we have liveness probe for the sidecars. Snapshotter. I don't see snapshotter on the. Yeah, I see. Sorry. And then we have a bunch of drivers like NFS, like iSCSI, like Samba. I don't know what.
Yeah, I think those are sometimes nobody are watching them. I mean, but I think the Windows one probably like Andy or maybe he's watching. Like SMB, I know he. I don't know.
Yeah, there is some community in this NFS driver, but I don't watch it much.
Michelle is watching those.
Okay, great.
Michelle is watching those, but yeah.
There's also like util CSI lib utils.
Lib util. There's several lib I don't know the.
Yeah, this lib is under CSI. I'm right now just looking at the Kubernetes CSI. Right. The provisional one is not on the CSI. So I know I think Yang, you are probably watching that one anyway. So we're right now only talking about the CSI repos. What else? You have NFS, like NFS, iSCSI, oh, and also release tools. But that one, I think Patrick will be watching that, so I think we're fine with that.
Yeah, but still, he needs some reviews.
Oh, yeah, okay. CSI
Right.
release tools, you can add that one.
Sorry, Jing, if you have others, can you just put it there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can fill this up.
And please put your name, like if you want to volunteer leading this effort.
We probably also want to ask Patrick if he has any like specific repo that was a problem, or it's just in general every repo. It'll be easier if it's just like
I feel in general, yeah. Okay. This in general is a problem for not just CSI, right? For Kubernetes.
Yeah.
I think, but yeah, the CSI release tools and all, nobody reviews it. I think about some PRs. I think Patrick will be a bit mad because he opened it April and no activity. So I think the specially released tools, nobody reviews it except maybe you, Jan, and Michelle and Patrick. So that one is a bit iffy. And
yeah,
because
so we want to distribute the work, and so not depends on single person. So if everyone could help make a little bit effort, then I think that will improve a lot. So any other like things you want to add, or anyone have something? Okay, I don't want to also just go over the meeting time too much. So maybe that's for today. And yeah, have a nice week for everyone.
Okay.
Anything? Thing you want to?
Oh no, I'm just saying. I said thank you. I was going to say.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.